Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and we are here with more information on the Trump attempted assassination here. This is from Reuters. Um, Trump gunman Thomas Crooks leaves behind a pile of mysteries. They go over what happened. Crooks was pacing next to a warehouse building outside the Butler Farm Show grounds as a crowd gathered for one of the former president's signature outdoor rallies. Crooks had been flagged as suspicious by law enforcement. By the time the two police walk over to check him out, he was on the roof, belly crawling. "He's got a gun," a bystander yelled. One officer hoisted the other on the lip of the roof. The officer pulled his head over the edge. A long-haired young man wearing glasses turned toward him. Wielding an AR-15 style rifle, the officer dropped back to the ground, the Butler County Sheriff told Reuters. Crooks, an introverted 20-year-old computer whiz who had just earned a spot at a college engineering program, turned back to his target about 400 feet away. He squeezed off several shots at Trump, clipping the former president's ear, killing an audience member, and wounding two others, before Secret Service snipers on the nearby building killed him with counterfire. This account of the first assassination attempt to injure a U.S. president since 1981 is based on interviews with more than 24 people, including law enforcement officials, Crooks' school associates, and witnesses who attended the rally, along with public records and news accounts. Crooks fired his rifle at approximately 6:10 p.m. According to Reuters photographer at the rally, Trump winced and grabbed his right ear. Secret Service agents tackled the former president, and some supporters dived for cover. A bullet hit what appeared to be a hydraulic line of a forklift that held a bank of speakers on the right side of the stage. Fluid spewed around the crowd, and the lift's arm collapsed. To the left, screams erupted where a spectator had been fatally shot. Secret Service agents tackled the former president. Some supporters scrambled for safety, others grabbed children and hustled towards the gates. The audience wasn't what you'd expect out of a crowd that just experienced something like this. Everyone was really quiet, and there were a few women crying. They were, saying, "I can't believe they tried to kill him." Now, that's a going back and telling us what had happened before, explaining the event. Here's the interesting part. 4 days after the assassination attempt, a coherent picture of the moments before the shooting was emerging, but Crook's ideology and reasons for pulling the trigger remained a mystery. A review of Crook's phone by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, found he had searched for images of both President Joe Biden and Trump, as well as other famous figures in the days before the shooting, the New York Times reported, citing U.S. lawmakers briefed on the law enforcement investigation. So, again, it's not really a political thing. He's more, well, not so much a political thing in that he's one side or the other. He apparently was willing to take out either of them. It just so happened Trump had a rally close by. Crooks had been searching for the dates of Trump's public appearances and of the Democratic National Convention. The report said he also looked up major depressive disorder on his phone, according to the Times. Reuters was unable to independently confirm that report. But if it's true, that puts a little more credence into what I was thinking. He's probably had some mental issues. You know, if you're of the mind to believe that mental health is the big reason for a lot of these shootings, then this is when you need to put forth legislation to increase mental health. But you never see that. You hear it as a talking point all the time. But it never happens. Nothing ever happens with it. Nothing. The shooting comes amid a years-long rise of political violence and threats in the U.S. and that violence turns deadly. It has been more likely to be perpetrated by people on the American right, according to Reuters' analysis published last year. But the ideological motivation behind Saturday's attack remains unclear. Like I said, seems more of a mental health issue than anything. Politically divided town, Crooks seemed to have a bright future, said two people who knew him at the Community College of Allegheny County, where he graduated in May with a 2-year associate's degree in engineering. So clearly, the kid was bright. But he was clearly struggling. One college instructor told Reuters that she had gone back through the assignments this week, bewildered at the conscientious student who distinguished himself above and beyond what could have turned murderous. Yeah. He clearly had issues. He was bright, he was brilliant, but he was struggling. I'm watching a wasp that keeps flying around the room. So if you're wondering why I keep looking around. Anyway. Yeah. This is clearly an issue, at least in the way I see it. He was struggling with mental health based on a lot of this new evidence. Even before I said, look, he clearly wasn't right or left. He was more right-wing than anything, conservative, because yes, he donated $15 to a Democratic group, but he was also a registered Republican and voted Republican. So the chances are he was more likely a Republican, and knowing the way some of these donation mailers work, they try to fool you into things to donate money. So yeah. He more likely was a conservative or a right-winger, and yeah. They even said in classes he would often be on the side of the conservative ideology, defending things when it came to in the conservative politics. But yeah. In all likelihood, he was very much a right winger, but was so disenchanted and was struggling with so many things mentally and emotionally that, yeah. All it would have took is a little bit of mental health counseling. So yeah, I see it more of a case of a boy needing help than anything else. I mean, honestly. I know my last few videos have been mainly on this topic with Trump and everything, but it's a big event, so it doesn't mean I've given up looking at other things that go on. You know, like the genocide of Gaza and but you can't just ignore other things just because you're looking for attention on the one thing. It's just things in the moment need to be addressed. And at the moment, yeah. I honestly need to do more than just one story at a time, but where I've been so far behind on my videos, I'm just trying to get caught up. But, that being said, as always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll be putting this story in the description box below the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.